Hi, guys. Yes, we are finally here. If you're currently watching this is Think Design with Candor, and this is our official YouTube page. It's been a pleasure for all of you who have been watching me on Facebook, following my live videos, as well as listening to my other podcast about what I currently share. So, if you do not already know me, my name is Dennis Kandor, and put short, I am a design thinker and a tech enthusiast. So, as a design thinker, what I do is to help brands and businesses begin to appreciate design thinking and see how they can use it for themselves and for their company strategies as well. So, yes, Think Design with Candor is channeled to bring you hands on knowledge and information about design thinking, and to also help you begin to see how others can use this, as well as how you can also begin to use design thinking for yourself. Right. So basically, for this first episode, what I want to share is what design thinking is in very simple, clear terms in a few minutes. What design thinking is. And in subsequent videos, I'm going to be breaking it down more further. Right. So if you joined YouTube via Facebook, where I actually dropped the link, and the post that came before this video, you would see that I asked a question, and I wanted to get people's opinions on what they feel design thinking is, and also if they probably have questions, I will be so available to answer. And that is what this video actually wants to clear. All right. So in very simple, clear terms, design thinking is made up of four different things that if you clearly try to understand this and adopt it, then you would see the full essence and you see how really beautiful design thinking is. So, first, design thinking is human centered. Secondly, it is it creates ideas. And then third, it is option focused. And lastly, it is a repeated process. It's like reiterative. It's repeated over time until you achieve the desired result. So when I say it is human centered, I mean it talks about real people, real problems, real solutions. It lets you explore people and explore their views regarding certain things based on the product you're trying to innovate around or based on the strategy you're trying to improve. It first deals with people. Now, secondly, when I say design thinking creates ideas, I mean it looks at different possibilities of how a problem can be solved. It checks different possibilities, and it also accepts different ideas and opinions from other people to see how a certain problem can be solved. Thirdly, it is option focused. It looks at multiple streams to try. Multiple means to try to see how a problem can be solved. And lastly, it is a repeated process. By being a repeated process, it deals with a real world experience that is reiterated over time to actually accommodate a certain problem and to solve it correctly. Now, if you listen very carefully, you see that I mentioned problem solving over time, while mentioning these four different steps of design thinking. But first, note that at the very core of design thinking, it has humans there, feelings, most especially people's needs, people's um the way they react to certain things. That is what design thinking has as its very core. Now, I'll just use a very simple example to explain this. um in probably in the 19th century, for children that were born newly, we know now that parents actually give their babies potty training so that they don't poo anywhere around the house. And we've seen how different potty designs have evolved, probably from the 19th century down to our day. And we also see that as there are different designs, there are different babies who like to sit in all these new designs that are coming up. Now, someone actually found a problem that it was an issue for parents to actually train their children, since they can't just put them on the toilet seat at once. They needed to create something that they would easily accept, something that actually looks like a toilet but for babies. And so someone found out that problem, and through different ideas that people brought to that person, they created this certain product. So take for example that someone comes today and decides to build a potty that looks like the hand of a man or the hand of a woman. It would be really hard for people to accept. It would be really hard for people to see how they can adopt that, because they have been accustomed to this regular means. And so even before you start building that product that looks like the hand of a man or of a woman for potty for babies, you need to see what people think about the former product, get their ideas, get their opinions, and actually try to understand why you feel they cannot move to this new innovation, or why you feel they just want to stay in this former one. Now, there is one word for all of this. Aside design thinking, it is called empathy, which is putting yourself in someone else's shoes and trying really to understand how they feel about something right before you start solving that problem for them. So let's try to put it together and give design thinking a clear definition. So we'll call it a problem solving, human centered, and possibility building approach to creativity and innovation. Put simply, I just coined all the different four terms that I already mentioned. It is a problem solving, human centered, and possibility driven approach to creativity and to innovation. So, creativity actually takes a special gift. Now, most people begin to think that if you're a genius, then it means you can be innovative. Or if you're really intelligent, then you are creative and you can think of so many things at once. But rather than believing that it takes a special skill for you to be innovative, try to understand that you need to build small bridges, climb those bridges, develop those bridges, and finally arrive at a certain destination, finally achieve those results that you want to achieve. Human needs, as I mentioned earlier, is at the very core of design thinking. Now, this begins with curiosity, which slowly leads to observation, and then, very importantly, research, which then can help you to find a proper solution to the problem that you're trying to solve. Now, in my next video, I am going to explain the four different bridges that you can build with design thinking, and how these bridges can connect to your user personally, and also how you can begin to use these bridges to build and to create innovative solutions to viable problems that you find. So thank you so much for watching this, and I am open to corrections. I am open to observations that you might have with regards to the information I just put out. So if you have questions, please use the comment section and I'll be ready to answer your questions. Thank you so much, and bye.